right, Mitsu has awarded me a tank, or donated me a tank. This is the FV201 A45. It's kind of a hard tank to play. It reminds me a lot of the CDC mixed with the Matilda from Tier 4. So in honor of Mitsu, I have put the Swiss flag on the tank, and then also put Viper, because that's his clan. Well, it's Vipe 3R, but anyway. So the tank, this is a first impressions video. This is not a review. It's got the Togs gun, for those of you that played the Tog. It's also the same gun that's on the AT-15A, also the same gun that the AT-8 gets, and several other tanks in the British line. It has a under 4-second reload, which is amazing. But it does very little damage at about 150 damage. I will say this, in the battles that I've played, because there's so many of them out there right now, people are blasting you like crazy. Everybody's just totally going after you, and there's no mercy. I mean, it's like as soon as you're spotted, every artillery on the map is going to be firing at you. I think this will all calm down once the tank's been around for a little while, but it just came out this weekend, and I am just getting... Every time I'm spotted, I get ripped to shreds. Every tank on the map fires at me, and that's a little bit frustrating. I don't know what the angst is. Well, because it's a new tank. Everybody wants to shoot it. It's a very soft tank. I know it says it's got 152 on the front of the turret, but it doesn't matter because you can get through here, you can get through here, you can get through here. I mean, and I know this from experience. I'm shooting at other A45s because there's so many of them out there, and I'm just going right through their turret, no problem. No gold used, nothing. The body's even softer, 76, 50, 38. I mean, they're just... It's tier 5 armor or lower. It just is not armored well, and but it moves pretty well. It's funny because the top speed of 31 kilometers an hour does not tell you the total story. With a 28 traverse speed, it actually feels pretty mobile. Now I got a good crew in here. They do have clutch braking, repair perk, and I'm running the repair kit to keep the tank running if the tracks get broken. But you get moduled like crazy. All I can say is this is like a tier 7 CDC, but slower. Every artillery's firing at you. Every derp tank on the game is firing at you. Everybody wants a piece of you, and your modules break like crazy. The gun's going to break. You're going to get ammo racked almost every battle. If you get hit, you're getting broke. And unfortunately, it's a heavy tank, so you kind of have to get into those situations, but you do need to play it a little more like a sniper. Now, that being said, I have enjoyed playing the tank. It's actually a fairly fun tank to play. You can see here that it's got 1,500 hit points, which is a pretty large health pool. It's the same horsepower as all of its competitors on Tier 7. And to be honest with you, there aren't a lot of Tier 7 heavy premium tanks out there. In fact, there's only one other one. It's the IS-2. As of right now, this is the only one that's available in the shop. So it does fill a unique slot. However, at $60, it's really expensive. Now, if you've been playing diligently and you've gotten your A45 key, well, you've gotten all 45 of the keys, then it's only $15. At $15, awesome. Great deal. At $60, well, that's a lot of money, like I said, but time is money. So if you want this tank bad enough, then you're going to pay for it. So I found the performance of it to be mediocre at best. I'm not winning a lot of battles when I play it. In fact, I'd say probably I won one today, but I think out of the 8 battles I've played, I've won 2. And I do not feel like I'm a dominating force in this tank yet. It's going to take some time. Now, once again, I haven't played for a month. I've been on break. So to hop back into a Tier 7 heavy tank that has a weak gun is a little bit hard for me. So I am struggling with the tank, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad tank. It just means that I'm not playing well. I think the potential is there for it to be good, but like I said, first of all, because it's new, everybody and their mother's brother is gunning for you. I've watched even really good players just get ripped to shreds in this tank because as soon as they're spotted, every tank destroyer and artillery that can see it is firing on it. So just that'll calm down after a while, but that's what's happening right now. Same thing with the Japanese tank number 6. As soon as they see you, they try to kill you. So it gets better. I know with the Fury it got better. The CDC has not gotten better, but the FCM50T has gotten better. But right now, this is the target of opportunity, so everybody's going after it. So I think that I'm definitely not doing a review yet because I want to have about 50 to 100 battles in this thing before I pass judgment, if I can. But you know, this is a first look anyway, and let's get out there and run this guy. I do have a good battle from John Braun that I want to show at the end of him playing the tank well, something that I'm not doing yet. So let's go ahead and fly. Now, one of the things that I have noticed about the FV201 A45 so far, and it could be sweetheart tiering, but I didn't get any sweetheart tiering in the... I'll tell you what, that Japanese Tiger, man, from Battle 1, Tier 8. Tier 8, Tier 8, Tier 8, Tier 7, Tier 8, Tier 8, Tier 8, Tier 7, one Tier 6 battle. I've had, in like 13 or 14 battles in the Japanese heavy tank, I've seen one Tier 6 battle. This tank I'm getting top tiered quite frequently. So I don't know if that is going to be standard for this tank, but it seems like it gets pretty easy matchmaking. In fact, I think I've only been in one Tier 9 battle with it. All of them have been either mostly Tier 7 with a couple Tier 8s or Tier 7. And I can handle that. That's, you know, that's a happy place for me. So the things that you got to deal with. The gun, pretty low damage. That's the biggest thing. 150 damage on Tier 7 for a heavy tank. It is the lowest penetration of any heavy tank on Tier 7. On the Matilda BP, I'm sorry, on the Churchill BP, it was a pretty big problem because the Churchill BP is not mobile at all, and it's really hard to get around enemies to where you can use your gun, unless you fling gold. But on this tank, because it's fairly mobile, you can actually put that gun into use and get to the side of enemies and stuff like that. You can see here I'm clipping along pretty good. I'm not flying. Obviously, the T-25 has gotten way ahead of me, but we're moving. We're getting there. It's definitely faster than a Luva. Or a KV3, though going uphill. Oh, we lost our Jag Panther. T-25 has similar penetration. This is always a good spot for these kind of tanks. See if we can get some hits on these guys, but so far they've done a good job staying low, though that T-20 is pushing it. There we go. 3-second reload means I'm ready to fire just in time for him to be gone. And we know we're going to get an opposing A45 over here.
Enemy armor is hit. Penetration.
Hoping to set him on fire. And that's what happens to bad A45 players. They push up because they think it's a heavy tank, and in the general, you should be hiding most of the game.
Enemy hit.
So like the TOG, your gun is fairly effective. Just not a lot of damage. So you're not going to do a lot of kills. You're going to do a lot of, you know, helping your team out, supporting. And that's really the role that this tank plays. It's definitely a support heavy. It's not a heavy. It's not a KV bash your way to glory heavy. So I'm going to push up, and it seems like we have this ridge here pretty well covered.
That one didn't go through. Enemy armor is damaged.
See, he's turned his head. And that's
Enemy armor destroyed.
allowing me to kill him. Now, I'm in a pretty bad spot for artillery, so I need to back out of here. I need to get safe, because that's just bad news. How are these guys holding up on their side? Holding up pretty good. Yeah, so far so good. And this is really how you kind of have to play the tank. You got to be a little bit conservative, because it's definitely not going to be an aggressive. Now, should we run down? Oh, you'll see. Go spot him.
Enemy is hit.
And see that right through the front of the KV3. I mean, this gun is not while it doesn't have a ton of penetration, it's not bad. It really is not a bad gun. You can do some serious
Great
damage.
shot. Enemy armor is damaged.
But it's just a matter of patience, and that's the biggest thing. Our T-25-2 has moved down the hill and moved up to attack. Oh, we've lost another. Well, that's a pretty even match, man. Trying to get into range so I can see. Now, I don't understand why I can't see that dude, but he can see on my radar. Just my view range is just not there. Whoops. Feeling kind of naked, so I'm going to go down and help Duke Nukem here. Dang it. What are these guys doing, man? Quit dying. I think, what is that heavy tank doing up there? Oh. T-25 saying get off the hill. I'm off the hill. Don't know if you haven't noticed or got some kind of lag delay going on, but well, we got another one of them. The good news, but the bad news is we're still not doing great here. Make that 2. Okay, we got a big one. He's getting yelled at. He just got up there. He's being told to come down.
Enemy armor is hit. We didn't even scratch them.
Well,
We didn't penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
sorry. Tried T-25. Pushed a little too hard. I'm surprised that guy got real aggressive. Hope he's not yelling at me because I just kicked their butts. Nope. Alright, so I can't push over here. That's just not going to happen. Gonna move this way. No point in trying that again. Yeah, can't get on him either. Come on, guys. Take advantage of the situation. Oh, their heavies over there. It's not good. What is that guy doing in the mid? Well, I think we're going to lose this one. But I had a great game anyway.
Enemy armor is hit. Enemy is hit. Penetration.
Shoot. Frick. Well, it was a good game. I did pretty well.
Enemy armor is damaged. Critical hit. Critical hit. We're immobilized. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't even... We're done for.
Oh well, I did what I could. I shouldn't have pushed up, but what am I going to do? Sit here, wait while the rest of them get killed off? So whatever. Stupid team. But as you can see from that, you know what? Even with the loss, still great tank. You know. What'd I get here? I bounced a shot from him. 1 non-penetration. Okay. Yeah, I could take the KV3 possibly by myself, but I don't know. Not from that kind of location. He's a brawler, I'm not. And, of course, there you go, 2,200 damage. That was a great game for me. The rest of the team, you know, they didn't do too bad. This guy, Hunter, did a pretty good job. That's about what I average in this tank. So, really not bad. Crushing defeat, as usual, in this tank. But, you know what? Like I said, the tank play I like. You saw how much damage I did. That's a decent amount of money for a Tier 7 premium. We were premium, but yeah, I'm liking this tank. The downside is, for some reason, I lose all the time. I always seem to get the crappy team. So I did the best I could in that situation. I really felt like I was doing what I needed to be doing. Pushed the flank, tried to protect my teammates, and honestly, we took that side. But, you know, to what avail when the other side completely fails and can't stop them from coming down. So you got, 90% of the team on one flank and they still die. Anyway, not complaining. Sorry. I know people don't like that when you whine about the team, but that was pretty bad. We should have won that. So we had a pretty big advantage, though. Maybe not the whole time, but we did have somewhat of an advantage going on there, but it fell apart. So, okay, next battle. And that's what I get for shooting my mouth off. Here we are, mostly Tier 8. Well, kind of a split. Yeah, mostly Tier 8 and Tier 7 with some Tier 9s. Shouldn't have spoken out. Now I'm going to pay for it. Yeah. I don't like what's happening on this map. They're going to have to rebalance it again. Seems like you can't get across this gulf anymore without getting overrun. So like 1 or 2 guys get across. Everybody else gets shot. It's just not a good situation. So it makes that whole bottom half of the map between J and I guess J1 and J4 almost off access unless you're a really fast tank or don't mind taking a ton of damage to get there. But it's just not working out. I mean, watch this AMX-30. How much? He might not get hit, but one of these guys is going to get chopped up. Yeah, and he should not have stopped. Now he's really going to get chopped up. Great. Okay, Tiger 2, you can have it. It's all yours. I should probably tuck in a little bit. We got Tier 9 artillery. Wow, well that was fast. But now I should have crossed. No, I'm stuck forever. The good news is, though, we won't be spotted, hopefully. So really, you got to get across here as fast as possible, because you're going to get shot. And if you go that way, your butt's sticking to them the whole time, so... He's saying stupid team, but they're winning. AMX, hold up, dude. This guy's getting way ahead of himself. Whoa, what was that? Rocks. T69, been torn to shreds by one of those. A45 on the bridge. I don't know, their team's doing pretty good. Seems like. Well, don't sit out there. Well, dude, help me. And then he sits out to get hit. Whoa.
Penetration. We ding them.
We dingus them.
Enemy armor is hit.
This guy's smart. Oh my gosh, they're going to lose that side. I thought there was way too many people going that way, and now they're being forced back. We're going to lose the other flank. Just, you know, it's just what I need.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Ow! Oh, that was the T-30 for sure. Oh, I can't type. Yeah, I don't have armor. Don't push me up there. Oh, there goes the base. Well, good game. And once again, that's what I'm talking about. So it's like I don't even get a chance to do anything because my team frickin' died. The whole team is dead. We're not even 5 minutes into the game. So aggravating.
Penetration. One of our tracks is damaged.
Great.
We've dinged them. We've lost the track. We're stuck here.
I'm getting out of here. And you can see, no, I mean, I bounced a couple shots though, but not really anything to speak of. It's just, it's over.
Enemy armor is hit. We're done for.
Worthless.
Everyone, get out.
Yep. Bye. So do you even bother looking at the results for that miserable game? Jeepers criminy. Well, it was a tier 9 battle. That's about as rough as it gets for this tank, so you're going to run into that for sure. But it's what happens. All right, guys, one more battle from me, and then we'll take a look at John Braun. All right, so for our last battle, a map that's not so great for this tank, and tier 10 matchmaking. So maybe the honeymoon period is over, and this is really what it's going to be like. I don't know. However, we still only have a couple tier 9s, but they're dangerous. So find out real quick how these larger health pool tanks are you're almost worthless against because you're going to have to hit them like 30 times. And that's why I don't remember if I compared it or not, but it reminds me a lot of a tier 7 version of the tier 4 British Matilda medium tank. So-so armor, actually terrible mobility on that one though, but not so good mobility. And then a gun that fires real fast but only does like minimal damage. It's very much like those. So anyway, for what it's worth, the gun does not do much damage, and that really, personally, even with the bad armor, I think the gun's probably the weakest point of the tank. However, I love the tank. Oh.
We're stuck here.
And the derp tanks, once again, are all going to fly all over you.
Get going.
T-49's got an easy shot at me. I probably am going to get killed at this point. I'm sure he can see me, and I definitely can't see him. So I'm just... Whoop, light, you should not be going into the city, and I'm not letting you past. Okay, so we've left the entire right side of the map open now. So it looks like we're already lining up for another loss, and there's not going to be a whole lot I can do about it. Already taking a nice huge derp hit from the T-49. Gotta get through here before I'm spotted again. And no, I'm not going to the flag. But I am going to light it up. Just in case, because we are completely open on this side. You know there's got to be somebody over on this side. They're not going to... Unless maybe like our team, they just all went out the other way, but... I just didn't want to pull out. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. Man. And you know, as soon as I go this way, someone's going to sneak up behind me and shoot me in the butt. That's how it always goes. Oh, there! Look at that. There he is. Which means probably I'm spotted too. If he's spotted, I'm spotted. Yep. Let the M103 get around. I don't think he sees me yet, but I see him, and he's going to go right through me. Here comes 300 damage. What is our team doing? Guys, quit bunching up.
Enemy hit.
Come on.
We've damaged them.
Shoot! Oh, this is terrible. Oh, man.
Enemy is hit.
Yeah. That happens too. Well, wow. So this is what happens. You just get team stupid all the time in this tank. It's
That one didn't go through.
and he's gonna go right through the armor. I mean, it doesn't matter where he hits me. Look, he just hit me right on top of the turret.
Hit. Bail out. This vehicle has had it.
Yeah. Welcome to the FV201. That is not any different than what I've been experiencing every time I drive the tank. I got to be honest with you guys. I've won 2 battles. It's just miserable. I don't know why I'm getting screwed like that with this tank, but look at this. Look at this steamroll. This is the battle before it, right? I just want you to look at that. That's 2 battles in a row. Out of the 3 battles I've played, that's been 2 of the battles. How is this fair? How is this fair? They lost 3 tanks and we lost all of them? So, once again, this is why I was on break for a month, and if this kind of stuff continues, I might be on break permanently. I love World of Tanks, but I don't know what's going on with the matchmaker. Well, and it could be just this tank, too, right now. And like I said, it might get better, but seriously, this is the kind of stuff, when I come on to play a game, I want to have fun. And when you get put on this kind of stuff happening over and over and over and over again... And what could I have done? But then again, look on their team. They're on the other one. They're FVO. Well, no, they weren't. I was gonna say they were the top scorers, but it's not going by that. No, they weren't. But they were high. Look at this. These 2 guys did great. Let's check on this team. How did their FV304s do? They didn't even place. 0, like me. This guy came in exactly where I came in. Almost the exact same damage. Look at that. We got 2 kills, though. But, including me. So that's my first impression of the FV304, or the FV201, I mean, the A45. It's not a good impression. And it's not because the tank is bad. Sorry, my son fell down and bonked his head. Had to take care of that. So yeah, unfortunately, my impression is very bad of this tank. And it's not because the tank is bad at all. But I've been getting those kind of teams over and over. Carry harder? Okay, how can I do that with a gun that does 150 damage at tier 9? I'm trying. But I just am not good enough to make a difference. So it's partly my fault, but it's also, I mean, just you've seen it. And that's what, I mean, here, we can look at the stats. You know, I'm averaging 600 experience a battle. That's not bad. That's a pretty good experience, right? 20% win rate. I've lost 8 and won 2. That's not fun. Now, this probably, hopefully, will change. But I think I just need to take a break and stay away from the game for a while longer. I guess I thought I was ready to come back, but after that kind of experience, I'm not ready. It's not fun to me. This is just aggravating. So anyway, we are going to do a Tiger number 6 first impressions also. That one's gone a little bit better for me, but for whatever reason, this tank, I'm getting skunked, man. So I love the tank, but the performance, we're just... Well, you saw, even though we even lost that first battle, you saw, I just did a lot better in it because it was a tier 7 battle. So you guys missed the victory that I had, but it wasn't a great battle. So that was a luck. I died and everybody else won. So I was ready to jump out there, and I totally forgot that I promised we show Nad's video. So here we are in the FV201, assuming this is a victory, but maybe not. Who knows, the way things have been going.
Target acquired. Enemy armor is hit.
The rate of fire is great. I mean, it really, you know, for a heavy tank to be able to fire. Unfortunately, once again, it just doesn't have a lot of alpha, so it's a balancing act. As is everything in World of Tanks, unfortunately.
Target acquired. Penetration. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Too bad he didn't get that shot off sooner. one second earlier, and he would have saved 300 damage off that scout. But oh, and he's gonna get clobbered anyway. 45 has got him in his sights.
We've damaged them.
Goodbye, Panzer.
Enemy is hit.
Yeah, that sucks. He got a shot into him before he died. That was pretty
Damaged
amazing.
them.
French will go right through.
Enemy
If you
armor
get
is
hit.
damaged.
What was that? Nice lag.
Enemy armor is hit.
Batteries are done.
Gotcha.
Nice. KB5 almost buys it, but doesn't. It's a very light tier 9 battle. Kind of like what we've been running into. So a couple 9s and a bunch of 8s and some 7s. Pretty sweet looking tank though, if you ask me. Moving right along, booby doop, foot loose and fancy free. Moving right along.
Penetration. Enemy armor is hit.
Sometimes, just the ability to disturb. Oh, Jag Tiger didn't even see him.
Enemy armor destroyed.
How did that happen? Where did that guy come from? What the heck?
We can even scratch them.
No, Foch is a pretty tough target. Fochy Foch. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in between
Enemy armor is damaged.
battles 2 and 3, but you can...
That one bounced.
So if you're going to be watching this out of order, I'm going to put this one in 3rd, and then you're going to see my last battle 4th, and just see why I get frustrated with this tank. Or not with the tank, but with the teams. The teams have been so bad.
Enemy is hit.
But obviously John's not having a problem.
Mobilized.
But his team's doing their part.
We've damaged them. Target unlocked. Hydraulics are down. We have to hand crank the turret. Track repaired. Drive on.
Wow.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Got kind of lucky there, I think.
Enemy is hit.
Oh. He's trying to DPM him to death, and he might do it.
Enemy armor is
Oh.
damaged. Got him.
Nice. And thankfully that SU-152 stepped in and helped, instead of just sitting there and watching. Not that I haven't done that myself, but I think he could have used a little more help than that. Got a bunch of softies over on this side.
Enemy armor is hit.
T-20 knows there's
Enemy vehicle
nothing they can
destroyed.
do. John just totally blocked that T-30. It's only an A45. You can only do like 5 damage at a time.
Great shot.
Wow, that was a nice shot. Oh, whatever. And now the SU-52 is getting in there.
Didn't
SU-152.
even scratch them.
He's going to die. Bounce to Lorraine? That was bad luck. So, once again, I've cooled down a little bit. Don't let my angst... And this battle, actually, he got a mastery. I got pretty close to that. I got 50,000 on a loss, so I think my battle was just as good. But anyway, don't let my angst for the teams detract from the tank. I actually really, like I said, in anger, even when I was angry, I was saying I really like the tank. I really like the tank itself. It actually plays the way that I like a tank to play. It's almost like a medium tank with a fast-firing gun. The teams are so bad right now, and it's a weekend. I played it on Friday, and now it's on Saturday, and so probably what's going on is it's summer. It's a bunch of little kids on there playing like noobs, as you saw. I mean, there was noobishness going on. Guys all bundling up in one area, letting themselves get overrun. Guys, all going one direction and all dying. It's the typical World of Tanks crap. So anyway, which is weird because that actually works in World of Warships. If you get guys to stick together in World of Warships, usually you do better. If you have a big clutch of guys that plop together and stay together in a big group, they actually usually end up doing a lot better. But it doesn't work in World of Tanks when that kind of stuff happens. So don't let my anger jade you, but I'm not liking the way the game is going, and that has nothing to do with the tank. I really love the tank. It's actually a great, fun tank to play. So, yeah, I'm just gonna show this last. It makes the most sense. So he did 3,200 damage. Now it's better than what I did. I did 2,200, 1,400 experience. Just a great battle. Good job, Nads. Oh, and he wasn't premium. See, now with premium, I earned like 40 something. So he whooped me. I'm gonna have to hook up with him. He's gonna have to show me how to play. Anyway, have a great night, guys. Once again, be sure to subscribe. Like I said, don't let my angst dissuade you from this tank. It's actually a pretty decent tank. I've been very unlucky with it the last couple days. So we'll see you on the battlefield. Have a good night. Oh, and thumbs up if you liked the video. Bye.